Namaste, Dr. Loganandhan.
Namaste, madam.
So nice to have you for our Cowism channel. And to tell our viewers about you, you are the principal scientist for Krishi Vigyan Kendra of Hirehalli, that is in the Tumkur district. Personally, I know you for many years, and you have been helping in not just farmers to double their income, but you have actually helped them get cows through donations. And you are one of the rare scientists who have brought desi cows into the institution where you work in. So, welcome, and we are all really happy to hear from you today. Please tell us more about yourself before we get into some questions. We have a lot of questions to ask you.
Thank you, Shivali, madam. In fact, my compliments to you too for bringing this much kind of awareness for this desi cow and other benefits from the cowism. Yeah, as you said, I joined this Krishi Vigyan Kendra in the year 2013. Mm, I found as any KVK in the country, the Krishi Vigyan Kendra is our KVK is also having a farm of around 13 hectares. But I found the basic component of the farm. It should have a cow, the cattle breeds, and also especially the local breeds. Most of the farm which I visited, I found they were reared only for the milk purpose, dairy purpose. So I found we should bring our own breed. So we decided and we brought this Halikar breed to our KVK farm, and we brought some three cows, but now we have almost 15 here, and we also sold some of the good bullocks to interested farmers. And I found without animals, our desi cows, our farm will not get a full picture. So happily, we are living with our family members, like a family member for the past 5 6 years, and yeah, that's it.
I don't know how really the animal husbandry and farming got separated. They were always an integrated way of doing things. So, could you tell us a little about the history? What really happened in terms of how did we have this disparity, and how did the animals just got completely left out from the agriculture?
Yeah, as you said, those were the days when the cows were the inseparable part of the farming. They were worshipped by our farming community, and in fact, I am basically from Tamil Nadu, so I think the tradition is here as well. During this Pongal, we say one separate day is called Matu Pongal. So we worship. First day is for sun god, and second day is for our cow god. So that much was the tradition. But later in the due course, the bullocks, the bulls, the usage of bulls got reduced, and even the cows were seen only for the purpose of milk. I think there it is the problem started, and even when the youth were not preferring to take up agriculture, and the labor problems were cropped up, and the rearing cows have become an extra burden for the farmers. And slowly on other aspects like these modern tools also replaced cows, as the modern tools replaced our like the housewife's intervention in a kitchen. So and other basic the purpose for which we rear cow is for their manure, like cow dung and cow urine, also replaced by these chemical fertilizers and pesticides. So slowly the dependence on the both the end, like rearing itself is a problem, and that source from animal also found to be on a lesser usage. So these all added up year and year, and finally we got separated from the most important part of the farming community, that is the rearing of cows.
Right, right. It's quite unfortunate, but slowly I think things are changing. And you have done your PhD in organic farming, and you have always focused on soil health. and even training, conducting a lot of training, farmer trainings to double their incomes. So, what is your practical experience or learnings from a lot of farmers that you work with on organic or natural farming?
Yeah, I did my PhD way back in the year 2002. Unfortunately, I think many of our viewers are also aware, like our Dr. Mr. Narayan Reddy Gaur of Dadballapur. There we had Mr. Nammalwar is the person who promoted natural farming in Tamil Nadu, and now he is no more. So, as the experience of the farmers, if I narrate, they were very much confident and happy about practicing organic farming or natural farming, not because they get some premium prices. Even now, the products from natural farming are not getting any premium prices, unless otherwise it is with all this certification it is being exported. So they are selling on their own normal price only, but the sole purpose for which they were doing organic farming or natural farming is not for something they are getting premium price, but very they were very true to their heart. They were confident, they were happy of doing this natural farming for the reason that they are enriching their soil fertility status, and also even to some extent the reduction in cost part also. Now you were just talking about this doubling farmers income, proposed by honorable prime minister. There also one of the components is cost reduction. So their approach is not something like problem centric, like disease specific, but overall development of the soil, because the good soil begets a good crop. So the improvement of the soil fertility and bringing it to the lively structure, it is only because of this natural farming. Again, it is based on this cow dung and cow urine. Even some of them were at the initial loss when they were doing chemical farming and they converted it to natural farming. Initially, there were some initial loss of the yield, but never they mind, and they found that optimum productivity what they gain enough. Only the point, it is sustainable manner if they're getting it for longer years, rather than an sudden boost in yield for the small period of time and further followed by total death of soil. So that's what they found, and they were very happy. They're serving to the humankind by giving a poison free food, by utilizing this cow based farming and again the natural farming.
Great. Great to know that. So at Cowism, we use the hashtag save cow to save soil. So, what do you say is the role of desi cows in natural farming? Is it even possible to do so-called organic farming without desi cows?
Yeah, no, certainly it's not possible. As I said, even saying desi cows are integral part of farming itself is a not fully making justifying statement, because they are the primary source of natural farming, I would say. Because for any natural farming, for that matter, any farming, the basic thing, like many of the scientists we forget, is the microorganisms. We only focus on the nutrient status of the soil, water, seeds, and fertilizers. But the living soil has a lot of microorganisms, and they are in turn helping to increase the organic carbon content. And we say in India, the organic carbon content was, before the 1960s and 1970s, it was almost on the average of 1. But after this past 40, 50 years, it has reached a level of zero point 0.5 now average. So they are nothing but the quality of the soil, the microorganisms. And the cow dung are the major source of providing so-called the best microorganisms, good microorganisms to the soil. So these cows, as I said, for natural farming, we can't do away with the cows, and all these best microorganisms we can't do away while we doing natural farming. And because of this nature, the cows, the very good nature of the cow, which convert these the residues like plants and others it is happily converting them into a manure form, the decomposed form, and that also helping in adding the soil fertility, and also the ancestral way of land preparation using the cows are the best method. Now every scientist are telling now in the conservation agriculture we say we should go for a shallow tillage or to that extent no tillage. So those were the practices which are followed in the earlier days when we used to plow and land preparation using the desi cows rather than the heavy implements would press the soil and make it a hard pan, which will again reduce the microorganism and other infiltration, water infiltration related problems will come if we don't use cows for our land preparation. So that way, cows are the primary source of natural farming. That's why even the cow manure we say in Kannada, we say Tippe Swami, we keep names as Tippe Rudraya and we do Tippe Puja, and all this because the cow cannot be separated in saving the soil and for natural farming. Yes.
That is so great to know. Sir, one more thing. Have you compared what it is to have Jersey cow dung and urine for farming versus the Desi cow? Is there any difference or which is better?
Yeah. Um, I just gone through some of the studies done by some of the scientists in India, like Karnal. As far as the bacterial counts are concerned, the our desi cow has higher counts, and also some good bacteria are found in our desi breeds because time immemorial they were in this land and they were consuming the plants which are grown from this land. So that kind of gut microbes and that bacteria count and the good bacteria are available in the desi cow. As far as, I mean, again, I'm this that is from scientist side. This I'm taking from the farmer side. As far as the quality and textures are concerned, the Jersey and HF, the dung quality itself is not something you can use it for any purpose for making any kind of manure. So they're very liquid, and something if it, anything extra it happens, they become very liquid. Whereas our cow, the Desi cow like Halikar and Dioni, they feed on natural grass and their microbial gut microbial population in such a way will have a good quality bacteria. And I also was told by many of the practitioners of the organic farming and natural farming that something we made Jivamrita or Ganajivamrita Panchagavya out of desi cows are far far better, in growth promotion also rather than the dung from Jesse and HF.
Our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji has been emphasizing recently, even in his Independence Day speech, on natural farming. And you too, rare scientists like you too, have already been implementing it at grassroots level. But it is still limited, in pockets. How can we make it reach en masse? What do you think is required from the public side, from the government side, or as institutions like yours to make this into a mass movement?
Recently, all the Krishi Vigyan Kendras in the country, more than 730 KVK head of the KVKs were invited to Solan in Himachal Pradesh for a conference on natural farming. We were addressed by Honorable Governor of Gujarat, and in that every aspect he himself the governor ji himself has practiced in his farm, and he has shared these results with us. Even our director general and other officers were also there. So I found that was the best strategy because before reaching the farmers we were told the kvk heads what are the nature of this natural farming, how we can take up to the farmers. And we also got a message from our head office like part of our kvk farm we should allot for natural farming, we should practice. And for that a committee was also formed, what are the standard of practices we can follow, for example jivamritam, crop rotation, mulching, and the panchagavya aspect. So we are going to get those things and we will be implementing in our farm. Coming to your question, even at the, I feel personally, rather than conducting a big seminars and preaching about that, at the Gram Panchayat level, we can conduct programs taking support from civil society organizations and some of the farmers producer organizations as well. And the skill based training need to be given. And even I found in Tumkur itself there are 10 to 15 farmers they are doing natural farming. So these farmers can be taken on an exposure visit their farm, and it's not only preaching, but exactly if they do these natural farming techniques, then definitely they will find the better way. And even I was amazed to see some of the departmental officials after retirement, they started their farming purely based on natural farming methods. So they can farmers can be taken to their farm, and also some of the goshalas where these natural products are developed using cow dung and cow manure. These things are important. And fodder, again, the why rearing animals becoming difficult is the shortage of fodder. And most of the fodder cafeteria can be developed at the farmers level by giving them seeds, and there are some improved varieties are there, and local grass also there, so they can be given so that more farmers will indulge exclusively on animal rearing. And those manure from those animals can be used for other farmers, as I said, because of some reasons they were not able to rear animals. So those farmers can depend on these people, and they can make their uh, farm better way in a natural farming. And again, now I'm getting the trend, like even the desi cow insemination issues are also getting solved of the veterinary animal husbandry level. Even I feel, and I am also from our own farm, even natural insemination process also we are getting some of the support from the farmers.
That's really hopeful, and it looks like that we are having some bright future after a long, long time. So, thank you so much for your time. Just would like to conclude with any message you have for the people who are listening to you, who are mostly, consumers and who are looking for good food, which is a requirement for one and all. So, what would you like to say
Yeah.
to them?
Yeah, like see, cow means dana in Kannada, and it's madu in Tamil, and both these words literally mean wealth in English. So we say health is wealth, but I will say this cow wealth will definitely will give us health. So if we separate ourselves from the cow, that much we are separating ourselves from the nature. We can reach any height of development, but the roots we cannot forget. So that is a very basic of human existence. Otherwise, the human existence will be jeopardized. So every citizen, not only farmer, not only the person involved in agriculture like us, everybody should think about where from our food is coming. For that food to come to us, what kind of basic things are needed. For that, how much cow is important. If they think, then apart from religious and political reason, scientifically they will come to a conclusion that without cow, farming is not possible, and even human existence will not be possible in future. That's what I want to share with our audience.
Thank you so much for your time and really a very inspirational talk. And we are so grateful for doing what you do.